Welcome to Life Happens, where Texans come to protect their legacy and prepare for the second half of life. Join your host, attorney Kim Hegwood with Hegwood Law Group, and our weekly guest as we navigate the challenges that emerge as life happens. Now here's your host, Kim Hegwood.
Good morning and welcome to Life Happens with me, Kim Hegwood, and our very special guest today, Elizabeth Strauss with All Organized LLC. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim.
And so today we're going to be talking about downsizing, and that's something that I'm doing. And so I just bought a house smaller. I'm trying to get past that 2-story down to 1-story, and definitely smaller because you don't need as much. And it's my understanding that you're a senior move manager. So would you tell our listeners what that involves?
Yes, ma'am. We are a team of skilled and empathetic individuals that help with the physical aspect of the downsizing process when you're moving from the big home to a smaller space.
And so for me, it's like when I moved from the first house I ever had to this house, I literally got rid of half the stuff I had. But I went to a bigger house, so now I've accumulated a little more stuff. And so I know there's a lot of things that aren't going, and I've done weird things like, clean out my t-shirt drawer. And I think that was for another reason. It just so happened that I did it. But where should one really start downsizing?
Absolutely. There isn't a bad place to start your downsizing process. Getting up and physically removing some items puts you in that mental state. So there isn't a right or wrong space to start. So good job starting with the t-shirts. Some places to be really successful in your downsizing is start with places that have low emotional value or low sentimental attachments. So a great place to start is the linen closet, because nobody gets too sentimental or too gooey about their guest towels. Another great place to start is those high areas that you have to stand on a chair, like the top of a closet, or the high cupboards in your kitchen, and kind of the back areas. A good tip is to listen to your dust bunnies, because places that are very dusty and items that are very dusty are usually telling you the amount of time that it's been since you've used them.
That I can appreciate. And so what services do you offer when you're, helping a client with downsizing?
Absolutely. So we offer what we call soup to nuts, alpha to omega. We offer everything, and you're also welcome to pick out the parts that best suit you. So we come in, we do a complimentary consultation because we want to make sure that we're a good fit and quoting you accurately for the project that you're hoping to accomplish. And while we're there, we're going to measure your furniture and we're going to send you a custom floor plan. So we're measuring each piece of furniture that you want to take, and we're going to go into your new space and measure each wall. Note where there's a window, a light switch, an electric plug, a cable box, and we're going to make that custom floor plan so you can see how the furniture is going to fit in there and give you best advisements if we're trying to move something like an 8-person table into a studio size apartment. We offer packing assistance, and it's not just putting all of your items into a box. It's having the conversations about, why do you want to take this item? Where do you see this item living? When's the last time you used this item, or how do you see yourself using it in the future? We have our own in-house movers. We're a licensed moving company in the state of Texas. So once we box up all of those items, we get you on our moving truck, and then we get you into your new space where we set up all of your furniture, kind of like an extreme home makeover. We're going to hang up your art, mount your television, put sheets on your bed, put your clothes in the closet, put your food in the pantry. We want it to be so when you walk in, it feels like your new space. And then we offer clear out services. So once you're nice and cozy in your new space and we've made sure that you got everything that you wanted in the downsizing process, we can either get the home market ready if it's going to go on the market, or if you've already sold it, we'll get the house cleared out so that the new owners are ready to come in.
Wow. That sounds like all the stuff that I need. And so, but I at least going into something a little bit, better than an apartment, at least for now anyway. And
Yes.
But definitely, I swore if I moved again, I was going to have somebody come in and pack it up and take it to the new house and move it. I was not doing it again, not doing it myself at all. And so, you talked about putting together a floor plan. And my first thought was, oh my God, that is amazing. And that because you think about, because in my head, I'm thinking about these bedrooms, what size bed can I put in there? Because I've got multiple sizes, that are going to fit and do what I need to do. And so I was like, that is really, really cool. And so I'm assuming it's very helpful for clients for you to actually go through that, right?
Yes, a floor plan really helps with kind of the obsessive compulsive thoughts that a lot of seniors feel during the downsizing process. Like, I'm very excited about this new space, this new community that I'm moving into, but I'm so worried that my beautiful hutch that was my grandmother's that sat in my kitchen my whole life isn't going to fit. And so when we show them exactly where it's going to fit, how much space they have to walk around it, what other items are going to fit there with it, it is almost like handing them a security blanket. Like, oh, you can see the relief on their face when they know that their favorite piece that means so much to them can make the move and comfortably be in their new space and allow them to live and function comfortably in their new space as well. So it helps us have the conversations about what can be successfully moved, and it helps us get to the next part in the decision-making process about where is this item going to go if it can't make the move? Is this something I want to send to a family member? Is this something I want to have consigned? Is this something I want donated? Is this something that isn't up to the donation standards that we can get to a disposal place?
And so, yeah, I'm with you. I can only imagine how awesome it is to be able to visualize where everything's going to go before you move, because I think it's very helpful. I'm going with a tape measure. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, the room is this wide, what size bed's going to get in here? And but most definitely. So what's your best tip for downsizing? I'm sure you've been doing this a while. You must have some really good tips, but what's your best one?
My best tip, and we've been doing this for 5 years. Last year we did over 300 senior moves. So I have handled one or two, hand-holding processes in the downsizing process. My best tip is to celebrate this. You got to celebrate graduating from high school and going off either to college, to get a job, to start a family, to join the service. You celebrated leaving behind the certainty of what you knew in high school and living with your family and starting the next steps in your life. This is just a continuation of this process. You are getting to choose to leave behind the home, the responsibilities, the upkeep, the maintenance. So celebrate your downsize the way that you celebrated stepping into every other new chapter of getting married, starting a family, finishing college. Throw yourself, and I promise I'm not joking, a downsizing party. Go through your home, mark your for sure keep items, have everyone that you know and love over for this dinner party, and say the only rule is you leave with 2 things that don't have my mark on them. And it empowers you. It gets you excited about this downsizing process. And you are getting to send people with the items and see them use and enjoy them in this moment versus post-mortem where you're never going to see anyone use or enjoy those items. So celebrate it the way that you would an exciting new journey in your life.
So what about those family members that don't want anything? I see that. And
It does happen. It absolutely does happen. And all I can say is, you take a gamble when you give someone a gift, right? Like, you don't know if they're going to love that gift and use it and display it, or if they're going to be like, oh, great. I'm so excited to take this to the Goodwill. It has to be on that mentality of, it's okay if someone doesn't want my items. It doesn't mean that they don't love me. It doesn't mean that they don't value the relationship that we had. Things are just things. They don't make us who we are. We don't get buried in a U-Haul when we go. So it's okay if someone doesn't want that item. It is an heirloom piece, but it's not your legacy that you're leaving to this world. It's not the legacy that you're leaving to that person. The legacy that you're leaving is how you treated them. So have some grace, have some understanding, and ask someone else if they're interested in that piece. And if they're not, know that it was unique and special to you. write a little letter about why it was unique and special, and attach that letter to that item when you take it to a donation center so that someone else can appreciate why you appreciated it.
That's really good advice. And so, because, like we told my mom, we have a house full of stuff. We don't need any more stuff, So what's your biggest challenge? What do you find is the biggest challenge when people are downsizing?
The biggest challenge in downsizing is just having the harder conversations. I've read some hostage negotiating books because it really does help with the downsizing process. We try and bring a lot of logic when we're having those difficult conversations. So we had a very sweet lady that was ready and needed to make a move to assisted living where you get about a shoebox size kitchen cupboard. And she was insisting to us that it was very important to take 20 wine glasses when PS, this community also had a happy hour every day at 4:00. So we had the conversation about, well, even if you could fit 10 people into this new space and they each had 2 glasses of wine, why would you not be going out to have this at the happy hour that the community provides for you? So we kind of negotiate and help them understand the space that they're moving to and the items that are going to best serve them.
So that's the facility I want to go to that has happy hour at 4. So,
Yes.
I want to know that one later on. And so because everybody's going to want happy hour. And so,
yes. And it's nice because as soon as happy hour is over, dinner starts at 5. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I'll have an adjustment to eating that early, but yes. And so definitely. So Elizabeth, if somebody needs your services, how do they find you?
The best way to find us is on our website. It's www.allorganizepro, like professionalorganizer.com. Our work number that you can call or text is 281-460-6534, or you can shoot us an email. It's the same, allorganizepro.com. It's just info@allorganizepro.com. You can call, text us when you're on our website. You can enter your information and have us reach out to you. We try to be very easy to get a hold of. I have 3 wonderful team members that answer our phone, Rhonda, Renee, and Itza. And if for whatever reason one of those 3 are not available, they will call you back same day because we really understand the importance of these moves.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Absolutely, Kim. Thank you so much and best of luck with your move.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Life Happens with Kim Hegwood. Be sure to tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. wherever you listen to your podcast as we navigate through the challenges that emerge as life happens. The content of this podcast does not establish an attorney-client relationship or constitute attorney-client privilege, legal, medical, financial, or any other professional advice.